What is going on, guys? Dinner vs. Old Gaming with my review of Bleach chapter 603. And this chapter, it was actually interesting. Yuha Bahir, this guy is just full of surprises, and his power, it almost seemed unlimited in what he can do. But the chapter itself, it starts off where we have like some kind of aura, and it's now coming off of his hands, and we see Oesu. He was like thinking about one role he should do because right now, or obviously, Yuha is definitely not an opponent that he could, just like rush in there and take out. He had to be smart about this because one slip up and Oesu, could be killed. And so right now, he was going to play it safe by taking out one of his arms, because that right there is what that right there is where you have plan on using this technique, whatever it is. But we do see that this technique that would normally be blocked, by this cage, because it's supposed to absorb, all Reiatsu. It actually managed, to slip through. So that right there, what was the first flag about what was going on, because this over here is definitely not good. But we see now, a trail of blood under all this debris, and we actually have Gazelle. He was like eating or feeding on Mabita's blood. So even like, to be honest though, I thought that Gazelle was going to be dead after what Mayuri did to him. And Mabita is still around, even though she is a zombie. That right there was surprising. And right now, we have Mabita saying, don't take some of my blood. I don't want to die just yet. And we have Gazelle, being so horrible to her. Like, this guy had some serious problems. He pounded her head in, and like and he told her that she was already there. So shut up and return your blood to me. And we see now that Bambita, she definitely seems dead now, because we have all this blood coming from the back of her head. And so we see that Gazelle, like at first he was looking at her, but then he went into like this fangirl mode, like hugging her and saying that she is so cute, and it's so cute that you're dead. That right there was just so messed up. But we have the glutton, we have G coming out here, and we see now, like now we have zombie, Gazelle and glutton. I forgot her name, but obviously, these two are reunited, and we actually see now that we have to see that what's the name? Gazelle wings that actually came out, and they actually have like this very skeletal look to them, and that right there, like what was pretty cool. And so right now, like they were catching up, and we see now that when Glenn here brings up Pepe, we had Gazelle here asking what happened to him, and so right now, Glutton definitely ate him, even though he was disgusting. That right there, was like definitely nasty. But like while Glutton here was like giving an update to Canis and Mene, or screw it. While Glutton here was like giving an update on Canis and Power, we actually do learn that, like, even though Glutton deal with her, she still should be around somewhere. And now with like Pepe dead, she should be free. But we have Colonel Centers, I believe, people call him. He not came out of nowhere, and he put a gun to Glutton's head. And I thought maybe at first we might have him, betraying the Quincy's, but obviously that right there would be impossible. But his name, hopefully I'm saying this right, Alcatron. Hopefully, like that way I'm saying it right. But this right here, like he is a actually stern brother, and his first name is Robert. So that right there is what I'm gonna call him by Robert, because I could definitely pronounce that better than his last name. But we see now that like this guy, he definitely knows, like what's going on, because these Quincy's, they were all left behind. So to Robert here, he thought this right here, would be the end for them, because they were like useless. And he said now, like these Stern Ritters, they exist, for the sake of Yuha. And so right now, like these Quincy's who could be considered who could be considered useless, they become nothing more than like fodder for his uh uh Asua Ellen. I'm probably saying that so wrong, but did we have like this beam of light? It actually hit Robert, and we see now his body was actually, and we see his body was like actually reduced to a skeleton, and that right there definitely sends fear into Glenn over here, because she is like shocked by this, and we see that like even though her and Gazelle dodged that, it was still taking their power away, and then we have nah, he was like hit by it, so obviously like he's done for, but I don't recall if we ever learned his letter. I don't think we did. Sadly, I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't recall us ever hearing about what his letter of power was. But even Bass B, he was like also hit by it, and we have Candace here, yelling out, just what were we to you? And Yuha says comrades, like he could somehow like hear, I guess, and he says we are comrades. We are comrades who help each other, and so now we see that the royal guards, they were now all getting up, but we see that now they all have their wings, and these wings here, like they're like actual angelic wings rather than like racial wings that we have seen so far. And so now we see that what with the royal guard revived, he asks now the Zero Squad, shall we? Because right now a rematch is about to go down. But the chapter itself, I will say, it was definitely messed up with like Yuha did, to his fellow Quincy's. I do wish that we could learn what the N stood for in Robert's power. But the fact that this guy died, even though he had definitely proven himself, to me that right there was a bit disappointing. But the chapter itself, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And of course, I love that he got those on this. And as always, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, because that really helps me out. And you guys take it easy. I will see you all next time.